If you're thinking about starting a business, the mistakes you don't know about will cost you the most. I've been in business for almost 20 years. I began at the start of the Great Recession. I've made it through COVID, and I've weathered multiple market shifts. Along the way, I've learned some hard lessons, and they've been expensive. Lessons I wish someone would have told me before I ever launched. So today, I'm going to share the 9 lessons I wish I knew before starting my business. Each one would have saved me years of frustration and thousands of dollars. Because when I first started, I thought clients cared about my process, my expertise, and my craft, but turns out they didn't. They only cared about one thing. Customer outcomes are greater than your process. Here's the truth. Clients don't actually care about how you get them there. They only care about the result. It's like selling airline tickets. Nobody cares about the technology on the plane or the pilot's history. They trust that all that will be in place. They just want to go on vacation or go back home. And that's what people are buying, the destination. And here's how you make that shift. Step 1, simply write down what you do. Step 2, translate that into the outcome that your service delivers. Step 3, lead with that outcome in your conversations, proposals, and headlines, not with what you do to get them there. When you make this change, people pay attention faster because you're speaking their language, not yours. And that brings us to the next truth, because your brand is so much bigger than the one piece that most people focus on, the iceberg of brand. Most people think their brand is just their logo, their colors, or their website, but your brand is like an iceberg. Most of it lives underwater where you can't see it. The reason why you're in business beyond money, the values that you hold dear, a deep understanding of your ideal customer. What sets you apart from other options? It's these things that actually get people to decide whether or not they trust or forget you. So how do you strengthen the part of the iceberg that no one sees but everyone feels? Step 1, think deeply about your why, your values, your vision for your brand, why customers should care, and what sets you apart. Step 2, define all of these elements clearly in one single place that you can go back to constantly. And step 3, build your above the water elements to reflect that deeper story, not define it. When you build your brand this way, your logo becomes the tip of something so much bigger and stronger. But even with a strong brand foundation, there's another challenge that every new business owner faces. Your warm network will only take you so far. Your warm network will run out. Even with a strong brand foundation, most of your first clients will come from the same place, your warm network. And that's exactly how I started. Referrals, friends, old colleagues, people who already knew me and trusted me. And honestly, that worked for a while. I even made it quite a long while just riding on referrals. But here's the problem. Your warm network is like a battery. It only lasts so long before it runs out. And when it does, you can't predict when or how it will recharge. It's not enough if you want steady growth. So how do you prepare for the moment when referrals stop coming in? Step 1, build marketing channels that reach strangers consistently. Step 2, use your brand credibility, things like proof, positioning, and clarity to turn strangers into customers. And step 3, create a repeatable system for leads so your business isn't dependent on who happens to know you. When you build this muscle, you'll never be at the mercy of waiting for someone to send you work. And by the way, if you're working on your business and want some extra help clarifying your brand, I've put together a free guide. The link's down below. It'll save you from spinning your wheels. Which leads us to lesson 4 and the key to making your business work beyond word of mouth long-term: consistency. Consistency compounds. So, once you've built a way to reach strangers, the real secret to making the work long-term is consistency. Think about the Rolling Stones. They're in their 80s. And they're still playing Satisfaction. Why? Because the hits work. And business is the same way. You're gonna get sick of saying the same things over and over and over again, but just when you're tired of it, that's usually the moment your audience is finally starting to catch on. Consistency compounds over time. It's what turns your message into momentum. So how do you stay consistent even when you feel like you're repeating yourself? Step 1, pick 2 or 3 core brand messages you want to be known for. Step 2, repeat them across every channel without worrying about being too repetitive. And step 3, Measure progress in years, not weeks. This was one of the biggest lessons in my own journey. When I stuck with it, the compounding effect completely changed my business. And that brings us to the next lesson, because consistency does not mean copying. Steal like a strategist. It doesn't mean copying, but it does mean building on what works and making it your own. Pablo Picasso once said, "Good artists copy and great artists steal." And for the longest time, I didn't really know what he meant. And then it hit me. Anyone can copy something, but it takes someone really talented to take ideas from all over the place and steal them, or in other words, make them your own. And that's how great brands are built. They don't just copy one idea, they combine proven pieces into something unique. So how do you steal without becoming a copycat? Step 1. Identify strategies or ideas in your space, or even better, other spaces that are clearly working. Step 2. Adapt them with your own values, voice, and audience in mind. Step 3. Combine multiple influences so the unique blend becomes unmistakably yours. When you do this, you're not plagiarizing, you're remixing. And the remix is what makes your brand feel original. But even when you've found your groove, business still follows some laws you just can't escape. And that's where the physics of business comes in. The physics of business. Even when you found your groove, business still follows some laws you can't escape. Business is a lot like physics. Newton's first law says, a body in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by another force. And your business is the same way. Momentum keeps you moving forward, but there will always be outside forces trying to slow you down. The economy, technology, competition. You can't always control these forces, but you can control how you respond to them. The best way to do that is to think of your business like surfing. Step 1, keep paddling. You can't catch momentum if you're sitting still. Small, steady effort builds speed. Step 2, watch the waves. Keep your eyes on the shifts in your market, your audience, and the economy. The wave you choose to ride matters. Step 3, ride smart. When you catch a wave, commit to it. Adjust your balance as it changes beneath you, and don't be afraid to bail if the wave is going to crush you. Business forces are like ocean waves. You can't stop them, but you can learn to ride them. Momentum is powerful, but I've also learned the hard way that it can be misleading. Revenue and headcount do not equal success. From the outside, it can look like you're winning, but that doesn't always mean success. I've been there. I had big revenue numbers. I had a big team of employees, and from the outside, it looked like my business was thriving. But behind the scenes, I was more stressed than ever. I was making less money personally, and I was burning out. And that's when I realized revenue and headcount are vanity metrics. I mean, they make you look successful, but they don't guarantee you're actually profitable. So, how do you measure success differently? Step 1, focus on profit, not just revenue. Track what's left after expenses and taxes. Step 2, keep your business lean. A smaller, well-run operation can outperform a bloated one. Step 3, build a brand that lets you charge premium prices so you can do more with less. And that's how you create real freedom, not just the appearance of success. And the same principle applies to your story, because just like revenue, your story isn't the thing that matters most. It's how your story connects to your customer's story that makes the difference. You're not the hero. In the early days, I made my business all about me, my background, my experiences, my journey. But I was missing the point. Think of your business like a movie. Your customer is the hero on the screen. They're the one with the challenge. They're the one with the journey. You? Well, you're the guide. You're Yoda, not Luke Skywalker. When I flipped my perspective, everything clicked. So how do you tell your story in a way that actually serves your customer? Step 1, map out your customer's journey. Know their pain points. Know their goals. Step 2, position yourself as the guide who helps them win. And step 3, share your story only in ways that connect directly to their story. When you do this, your story doesn't compete with theirs, it amplifies it. In business, there are two kinds of heroes, the imaginary one in your brand story and the exhausted one doing everything themselves. And trust me, neither is a role you want. Don't get stuck as the operator. If your business depends on you being the hero every day, you don't have a business, you have a job. And I learned that the hard way. In the early days, I thought the only way to succeed was to have my hands in everything, every email, every deliverable, every decision. I wore it like a badge of honor, but the truth, I was burning out. The business could only move as fast as I could pedal, and that's not real growth. So, how do you shift from being the operator to being the owner? Step 1. Build repeatable processes so your business runs the same way every time. Step 2. Delegate the tasks that drain you so you can focus on higher value work. And step 3. Protect time for strategy and vision because that's the only way your business will grow beyond you. And when you make this shift, you'll stop being the operator inside the machine and start becoming the one guiding it. So, those are the 9 lessons I wish I knew before launching my business. Each one would have saved me time, stress, and money. But here's the thing. Even if you take these lessons to heart, there's still one massive decision in front of you. Should you quit your job and go all in on your business? Because getting that wrong is even more costly than the 9 lessons I just shared. So before you take that leap, make sure you watch the video right here.